I've been playing Fallout 76 nearly every single day since the beta. As you can imagine, this makes it a game I greatly enjoy, and yet it still gets a lot of flack online. For this reason, I think it's about time to make a video dedicated to what makes Fallout 76 great. I'll be covering 5 of the things I love about this game and think deserve recognition within the community at large. Of course, this won't be the only good things about the game, so if you have any you want to add, then feel free to add them to the comments below. First off though, you'll need to see what I've got in my list, so let's get this started. Number 1 on my list is the visuals. This is a bit of a combination of the overall Fallout art style, the graphics, and the beauty of every individual asset. The game may not have the highest visual fidelity in every single area, some of the small branches and trees really stand out here, but there have also been times where I've just stopped to stare at the game. Be it god rays passing through the trees of the forest, or a vertibird crossing the moon on a starry night. There are so many sights in this game that I still haven't got tired of. Throughout this video you'll see numerous cinematic shots I've taken with the game's photo mode, which will show off the beauty of this game. On that same note, I want to add the photo mode in this game is great. It's so good that it almost got its own entry, but I think it works well for supplementing the visual element, as it allows every player to capture beautiful in-game pictures that then become loading screens. These can simply be appreciated for their innate beauty, or could be reminders of good times you've had in the game, possibly with friends. I don't really know why I'm slowly hinting at a segue, this is my script, so let's just get straight to the point, on to number 2, Fallout with friends. Friends make everything better, and this obviously also applies to 76. Although the game can be played on your own, having friends to hang out with just makes the experience more enjoyable. Many people had wanted an online Fallout game for quite some years now, and it's here. Sure, it's not for everyone, and may not be exactly what people expected from an online Fallout title, but it still is a game set in the Fallout universe that you can play with all your friends, and that really adds a lot. I feel like I should say more than this, but it really is as simple as gaming with friends is fun, and it's good that this is a game that lets you do that. Onto an actual gameplay element now, Mutations. Before I'd ever played a Fallout game, I was sold on the experience when a friend mentioned that he'd been playing a video game where he spent so much time in radioactive waste that he gained a positive mutation that was helping him out. Sadly, when I did get to play Fallout 3, I found out that this wasn't a feature of the game, but instead just a single quest reward. Fast forward to 76 though, and now we can have about a dozen different mutations on the go at once. Not only this, but there's now perk cards and legendary effects that play around with the whole mutation system, integrating them further than just a standard added effect. Honestly, everything about the mutation system just feels right. The fact you gain them from rads and can lose them when you remove radiation from yourself, that they tend to give both positive and negative effects, and that they can often work well together. Personally, I find it weird now whenever I don't have Speed Demon and Marsupial, as the two blend together perfectly to give you far better overall mobility. I sincerely hope that the mutation system carries over to all future Fallout games, and it's one of the great things about 76. Onto the penultimate entry, Hidden Lore and the Stories of the Wastes. As an online game with no human NPCs, Fallout 76 had to approach storytelling differently than the previous entries in the franchise. Whereas previously we would have had wasteland survivors having conversations with us about the world around them, now we have holotapes and notes scattered all over the place. Although these were met with some criticism when compared to full dialogue systems, when viewed separately there are some really great stories tucked away. Early on you get to hear about the responders and meet both their members and those they cared for, and, as you explore further, you get to see the transition people go through when suddenly having to exist in a post-apocalyptic world. For the first time, we got to truly see why people became raiders, what happens to the good-hearted individuals that survive the bombs, and how those who thought they were prepared would be able to fare in the new world. What tells this story more than just the notes, terminals and holotapes, is all the environmental storytelling. Bethesda have a tendency to stash away hidden stories all over their virtual worlds, and 76 is no exception. Be it through location decor, recurring graffiti, or the numerous skeletons scattered throughout Appalachia. Next time you're playing, feel free to take the time to closely look over some of the locations, listen to the holotapes, search for previous signs of life, and work out what took place before you got there. Every location has its story, and they're all waiting for you to uncover them. Our final great thing to go over are the 3 updates. I've been playing 76 from before day one, and back then it was a noticeably different game with far less content. Over the course of 16 months, the game has received more updates than I can cover in a single video, and all major content updates have been free. Aside from Fallout First and Atom Shop items, everything else hasn't cost Fallout 76 players a penny. We've had sheep squatches, underground towns, new game modes and more. The greatest advantage of games as a service is the regular updates that keep adding more to the game you purchased. Oftentimes for other games, these will come in large packs but essentially work as paid DLC. In 76's case though, Bethesda have gone with a large number of smaller content updates that have all been covered with the initial cost of buying the game. In just a couple of weeks though, we will have Wastelanders launch, the biggest expansion we'll have seen so far, and it's free for all of us. I for one have really been enjoying the steady stream of updates, and although content has been dry for a short while now, we at least have one big piece to sink our teeth into very soon. And there we have 5 things that are great about Fallout 76. As I said at the start of the video, if you have anything you enjoy about the game that I didn't mention here, then please feel free to add it to the comments. Honestly, I'd love to see the comment section filled with positivity about the game we all play. If you want more Fallout 76 content, then feel free to have a browse on my channel as there's now hundreds of videos covering the game and plenty more to come, so don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell in order to see future uploads. As always, thanks for watching. Sarge out.